San Diego Gulls just wrapped up a playoff-style home-and-home with Bakersfield, and what we learned in this, they can win tight games, but they're still learning how to close them against elite firepower. Split with the Bakersfield Condors, 4-game winning streak snapped, and now the Gulls sit right in the thick of things in the Pacific Division playoff race.
Yeah, absolutely. Game one, a statement win against the Condors, a 3-1 win back on February 13th at Dignity Health Arena. San Diego extending its winning streak to 4 games with a mature, structured road win. A very, very good sign from a young team like this.
Yeah, Tomas Sukanchik was outstanding, 31 saves, season high, back-to-back wins for Sukanchik since returning from injury. Head coach Matt McIlvaine called it a big-time game for him. Offensively, Matthew Phillips scored his 10th of the season on the power play. He now co-leads the team with 32 points. Tim Washi scored his 14th and continues to lead the team in points per game among qualified skaters. Nathan Gaucher added an empty netter, now 5 points in the last 4 games. And Sasha Pastajov recorded his 100th career AHL point. But the key, the third period, McIlvaine said it best. They're learning how to protect leads, not sitting back, not getting reckless. That blend of maturity and aggression, that's playoff hockey. Now, on game 2, though, a little bit different. They were competitive, but it was costly. Ended up losing 5-4 at Pechanga Arena, and the streak ends at 4.
Yeah, absolutely. The interesting part here is that McIlvaine said that they might have actually played better stylistically than they did in the night before the game they won, but against a high-octane Bakersfield team, mistakes get punished, and they got punished quite often as they fell behind 3 separate times, were able to come back 3 separate times, but unfortunately still end up coming with the loss.
Justin Bailey scored his 16th goal. He leads the team in goals now. Judd Caulfield had 2 goals, his third multi-game of the year. Stian Solberg scored his 6th leading goals defenseman, and Sasha Pastajov now leads the team outright with 33 points. Nathan Gaucher had 2 assists and 7 points in 5 games. But Caulfield said post-game they gave Bakersfield too many looks, and against a team like that, you can't trade chances.
No, you absolutely cannot, especially with how tight the division is, this Pacific Division. They're 22, 15, 6, and 3, standing at 53 points, which has them back in 6th in the Pacific Division, but they are only 4 points behind Coachella Valley. So they are within striking distance of one of those top 3 spots, which in the update last week we were mentioning was very, very crucial, especially this series against Bakersfield, to be able to get in and really stay in that race.
They're firmly in a playoff position as of right now, but the division is brutal. Colorado, Ontario, Bakersfield, these are not forgiving teams. A little bit different than the NHL Pacific Division that seems wide open. Points are at a premium, and as Caulfield said, the Gulls aren't satisfied with 6th place. But what we're seeing from this team, 3 clear trends. Depth scoring is real. Bailey, Washi, Pastajov, Phillips, Caulfield, Gaucher, production across multiple lines. Goaltending, stability. Callie Klang has been excellent overall this season. And now Tomas Sukanchik looks like he's finding his game again, as well as competitive maturity from the team. Down 3 times Saturday, kept responding.
Yeah, absolutely. And they'll still occasionally give up the back-breaking chance. And the Pacific Division, that's the division between that's the difference right now between hosting a playoff series or just fighting to get in. And the next couple games are going to be very, very big, as most of the rest of the season is going to be for the San Diego Gulls as it sits right now.
Yeah, February 18th, they got San Jose, they got the Barracuda, and then over the weekend they got 2 games in Rockford to take on the Ice Hogs on the 21st of February and the 22nd. San Jose is directly ahead of them in the standings. That game on Wednesday against San Jose, that's a 4-point swing game. And now so far the Gulls have done a very good job with that. But they need to do it again against San Jose. The Pacific Division is gnarly. Are the Gulls a dangerous playoff team or still a year away from being a true division contender? They've proven they can win tight, structured games. They score in bunches. They battle back when trailing. But against Bakersfield's elite offense, one mistake changed the game. So what are they, Frank?
Yeah, they're a good team. They're a solid team, but I would say they're about another year away. You would like to see them a little bit higher in the division, But again, as we mentioned, this is a very, very young team that's learning how to play and learning how to win together. And with the Ducks being as good as they are for the first time in a while, they're allowing these guys to come down and play in the AHL and seeing what they can do together. So I think give them another year together. I think they'll be a lot more dangerous of a force. But right now, the signs that they're showing, very, very positive for the future.
Are they a gritty team, a gritty playoff team that nobody wants to face, or are they a group still learning the difference between competitive and contending?
I would say that they're a little bit of both, I would say, because they're enough of a pain in the neck to give teams trouble. Because that game against the second game against Bakersfield, they could have just completely laid out of it and lost that game big,
Right.
but they kept fighting back. They kept getting into it, but they do have some things that they need to clean up. And I would say they're still a competitive team. I wouldn't necessarily call them contending, but if they do get in, I wouldn't want to face them in a long series either.
I wouldn't either. Now, here's the thing. I think they're closer than people think. You're right. I think another year together would be better for the goals, but the depth is there. The goaltending is stabilizing. The belief in that locker room is obvious. And the next step, limiting high danger mistakes. And that's going to determine whether they finish sixth or climb into a playoff bye conversation. It's going to be fun down the stretch for the San Diego Gulls.